I was diagnosed with breast cancer in February. I had surgery in early March. I finished my chemotherapy just under a month ago, and I've started radiotherapy. So I'm about a couple of weeks into my radiotherapy at this point. When they first told me I might lose my hair, I said, well, it's only hair, it'll grow back. But then when I was faced with the reality of losing my hair, along with everything else that I'd had to go through, I suddenly realized the implications of it. And looking around at other women who clearly lost hair through chemotherapy, you know, they'd wear a lovely scarf, but you could tell that scarf was covering up a bald head. So I tried to be brave about losing my hair, but in reality it was a bigger deal than I initially thought it would be. I think the identity of being a patient is always with you. When you look in the mirror, when your kids look at you, when strangers look at you, when you're in the supermarket, in a professional setting. I really wondered, you know, how I would be with everyone, you know, just staring at me, wondering, you know, what I should tell people, what I shouldn't tell people. It's just a reminder that you're a patient, and I think having hair just is part of being normal and not being a patient, and I think it improves your self-esteem and it improves your sense of well-being. It was very nice to just feel like I was a regular person doing regular things, and I looked in the mirror and I saw me. I didn't see a different person, and I think that really helped to get away from that identity of being a breast cancer patient. The process when you get the cap put on takes a few minutes. They spray down your hair with water, and once your cap's been fitted, they know what size you use. It's a pretty quick procedure to get it put on your head. There's straps that hold it on, and those can be a little bit uncomfortable, but they find padding, and they always have tricks to make things a little more comfortable. My sister describes it as looking like a water polo player with a neoprene hat on their head. And then they plug you into the cooling machine. While you're having your treatment, you read a book or sleep or do whatever you want that you would normally do while you're having your chemo. So I was going to radiotherapy, and then a different hospital to where I had my chemotherapy. And the doctor came to the waiting room to get me, and I was the only female sitting in the waiting room. And he sort of looked at me, did a double take, looked around again, and then said, "Deborah?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." And he took me back to the exam room, and he looked at my chart, asked me a few unrelated questions, looked at my chart again, said, "I just have to ask you, why is it that you still have a full head of hair?" And I just laughed, and I told him it was a cooling cap, and tried to convince him how great it was, because his hospital wasn't offering it. But it was just remarkable because he sees so many patients that are doing what I've done. They've been through a very standard course of chemotherapy for breast cancer, and then they go do radiotherapy. And I had my last course of chemotherapy less than 1 month ago, and I still had a full head of hair. And I didn't realize how uncommon it was, but that women at my stage of chemotherapy normally don't have a full head of hair, but I do.